Good morning. We start with Christmas, and for the supermarkets it is of course the busiest time of the year, where some of them make up to 30% of their annual profits. For us it's an expensive time of year when it comes to spending on food and drink, and research from IGD, which is a food and grocery research charity, suggests that our habits we picked up during the year, shopping more regularly and showing little loyalty to the supermarkets, well, that's set to continue. Their findings show that more than half of those questions said that they would be shopping around and cherry-picking groceries and drinks from different places. Let's speak now to Ben Miller, who's the Director of Shopper Insight at IGD, which is the food and grocery research charity that conducted the research. So the weekly shop is very much in decline, isn't it?
It is. This is a continuation of a long-term trend we've been seeing actually since the downturn, of shoppers putting more time and effort into their food and grocery shopping, visiting more shops and buying products from a wider range of different outlets. And we expect this to continue right through the Christmas trading period.
Ben, do you think that will mean that we'll end up spending more because we're not necessarily going to be keeping track of all our purchases?
You know, the number one reason people tell us that they're shopping around more is actually to save money. So it's to find better prices, to find different products on promotion, and equally for our Shopper Vista research, they tell us that it helps them to spread the cost of their shopping over the busy Christmas period. And we've got about 5 weeks where people will be gearing up now for their Christmas shopping spend.
There are, of course, other factors, aren't there, that come into play other than just price when it comes to this sort of big shop of the year?
Absolutely. What we're seeing is over the course of the next 5 weeks, we expect the spend on food and groceries to be about £20 billion. That's 1.2% up from the same period last year. And in a time when there's actually some negative price inflation on food and groceries, Christmas is the time where households will take into account broader value, special products, going to specialist stores to buy things that are treats for the Christmas meal, as well as a wide range of interesting products for their families.
But how do those numbers stack up? Because if there's negative inflation when it comes to a lot of food and drink, and people are after discounts, how do we end up spending more?
We're going to spend more for a number of reasons. So firstly, there's more people in the UK at the moment, so the population has increased slightly. And then over the Christmas period itself, we're seeing a rise in consumer confidence. You know, people are feeling a little bit better off now than they were this time last year, and therefore they're slightly more likely to treat themselves, to buy their special products, to make that Christmas meal a really special occasion for their family.
Ben, talking of confidence, do we have a little bit more faith when it comes to delivery services? Because the numbers are quite striking, aren't they, when it comes to online?
Absolutely. We expect over £1 billion of food and groceries to be bought online over the next 3 to 4 weeks. That represents about 18% up on this time of the previous year, and it's about 5–6% of all the food and grocery bought. And we've seen developments such as click and collect, where people can collect groceries at their own convenience, really helping to drive that development.
Ben Miller, thank you very much for coming in and talking to us about that. Let's have a quick look at some of the other stories we're keeping an eye on.